Alright.
Alright. So, I believe I believe in science, which is, like, I believe that aliens created us, but I also believe that there's a higher power than the aliens, which is God, like, of course. But I believe that aliens created us, and God just created the aliens to keep creating us. And what if, like, all the times, like, your parents told you that a star brought the baby? What if, like, really, in all reality, what if, like, aliens sent that baby? What if, like, the aliens are, like, I was trying to think of, like, the proper terms. What if the aliens actually, like, abduct you at night without anybody knowing, like, before you even know you're pregnant or anything? Like 2 weeks before that. What if what if they abduct you and, like, they decide on whether you can have the child or not, and, like, they give you, like, the terms and where, if it ends at a certain time, what if they give you the due dates, and, like, they communicate with the government, and, like, the government, obviously, they probably communicate with doctors and shit. So what if that is how they know everything? What if, like, the government is in on everything? Like, what if the government knows about the aliens? What there's so many things about the government that's a whole video on itself. Like, I can talk about that all day. But I do believe that aliens created us, and that there's a dome around the earth connecting to the moon, to where, what if that's why every time that, like, a rocket ship would go into outer space, what if that's why they crashed? What if they hit that dome by accident? Or what if they went too far out? Because let's think about it. Yeah, we have sent things like the robots that go onto the other planets. Yeah, we've sent those, but those were on, like, rocket ships on their own, like, not with people. What if the aliens let that go by, and, like, they open the barrier then and let the spaceship through because there's no people? What if that's why? So that they can't see everything? Because let's think about it. Like, how would the robots continue to keep living on that thing? Whenever we go to get it, it's not going to be there anymore. Like, yeah, we can see through the camera, but we can't see what's behind the camera. So, in all reality, there could really be aliens following it around, and they could be doing their own research on us. Because, yeah, they might have created us, if that is possible. I'm just saying, I don't want to start any arguments or anything, like, because people have their own beliefs. They can believe what they want. I believe in what I want. But, like, what if that's why? That everything is going, like, downhill slowly because the aliens know what they want. And, like, what if this, before the whole thing with, like, dinosaurs and Adam and Eve, what if this was their Earth and they had it nice and pretty? And that's why it was, like, it already had trees on it and stuff. Yeah, I believe that God created that, but I also believe that aliens had some part in that, with helping. And because, I mean, I don't think that you can just snap and have everything ready. I don't think you can do that. Yeah, he took days upon days, but he created the world in 6 days. The 7th day he rested, and that's why Sundays are the days that you go to church and you rest on that days. That's why most people have off on that days. But it's only if the person that is managing, or your boss, is belief, with the person managing the company, if they're in Christian beliefs. And what if that's why all of this has become what it is now with the government, and there's so many conspiracies with everything? And it's amazing how many things you can find out about the world just by thinking, and that's how you think. So just don't let anybody take that away from you, because what goes on in your head is what goes on inside your head. Yeah, if you got depression, you can talk about it if you want, but if it goes deeper, then you should probably get some help. But I'm not saying you have to. Just make sure that it's under control, and that you're okay, and You make sure you take your medicines that you're supposed to be on. It'll help you boost your mood, hopefully. And yeah, if y'all believe what y'all want, I can believe what I want. I believe that everybody has what they want, and they can have their mindset at what they want. They can have their own beliefs. They can dress how they want. They can dye their hair. They can have piercings, tattoos. It doesn't matter. That's just kind of how the world works. And what if that's why aliens all give us like our own mindset? Kind of like how whenever you're born you have the like you cry or not, like how the doctors like slap your butt. I don't know how that goes yet. And like they make sure you're alive. What if like the aliens? What if that's why you cry? Because like they send a signal to make sure that the doctor knows you're still alive, so that they don't presume it dead. And if you cry or not, then maybe if you don't cry at first, they send like a shock to the doctor to like get the goop out of your throat so that you can cry. What if that's why? Maybe what if the reason why most kids come out looking like nothing like their parents, like their grandparents? What if that's why? Maybe if the grandparents are passed, maybe that will bring them light. That's maybe what the aliens are thinking, and that brings them light. But see, everybody that they try to give happiness and like hope to, like they're destroying the earth. The humans are destroying the earth. That's how the aliens are seeing it. So every time maybe like it gets a lot hotter than it does every year, maybe like they're slowly just trying to kill us off, because there's so many people that have heat strokes and all that. Like some of them don't make it. So what if that's why people have heat strokes? Because the aliens are slowly trying to drive us away. They're slowly trying to kill us off. And like I also believe that maybe that like underneath the earth, where the core is, closer to the core but not too close to where everything burns, maybe like we still have like dinosaurs and shit down there, like pterodactyls and stuff. What if they're still cavemen? What if Adam and Eve are still down there? We don't know. We have no clue, because we haven't gotten that far yet with science. But scientists are still going for that. They're still working on everything. Like, what if everything in the ocean, what if it's slowly just thawing underneath all that sand? Because no one's digged that far. No one can dig that far, because like you're probably drowned, because scuba tanks don't last that long whenever you need the oxygen all the time. But what if everything underneath that layer slowly thawing, and that's why we get whirlpools at the bottom of the ocean sometimes? And what if that's what causes like hurricanes and shit? What if like one day we're probably gonna start seeing things pop up from the bottom of the ocean, like completely frozen ice, and we're gonna look at it and we're gonna be confused at first, and after a couple years after that breaks down, there's gonna be like a dinosaur, like a caveman, or Adam and Eve. You never know. Come on, man. Like Jesus could rise up right then. We never know, to be honest. Like, what if like there could still be a lot of things that none of us know, but it's cool to think about it, to be honest, because it puts you in like a whole different mindset, where like when you're looking at it in my perspective, normally when I'm talking about it, I close my eyes so I can like imagine it. It's actually really cool. It's kind of like when you read the chapter book, how you imagine it. And yeah, but like I also want to talk about another thing, like with stars. What if the reason why they die is like they have a flip on, like a switch on them, right? And the aliens turn them off. And like, what if they do that with the dying stars, and they just don't turn them back on, but like at night they turn all the stars back on, and keep the ones that like it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like a light bulb, kind of like a switch in a light bulb. I feel like that's why the stars are arranged that they are, like the way they are, so that like it's a circuit kind of thing. Because yeah, we've seen the stars. Yeah, people have flown up there, but each time I think they made it back like once, twice maybe. I don't know, but maybe twice, 3 times. But most of the other times, they crash or something goes wrong. What if the aliens are just like sending a message not to go that way? What if they're just trying to keep us on like a path? But continuing with the stars, like what if there's like an invisible line of like circuits that like go to one switch, and the ones that are bigger have like a big switch, and like you flip them. What if whenever like the sun goes out, what if that has a switch on it and like they flip it off? What if that'd be cool if they did that at night and like they turned on the moon, but I know that's like, I think that's like a reflection. The moon's like a reflection off the sun. It's one or the other, I don't know. I think that's true though. But like with like the northern lights, is it called that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But like with that, what if like at night? Well, I think it's like always night there. I don't know. I've never been there. I've never seen pictures either. But
What else? What?
The northern lights. What? Is it always night where they are?
About
Or does it like get during the day? Because I don't know.
You talk about the 30 days of night they have?
Yeah.
Ah,
Or
Alaska.
like, okay, so the rest of the time.
You talk about Alaska?
Yeah. So the rest of the time is daytime, right? Besides those.
No. They 30 days of night. That's 30 days of day and night. It lasts literally 30 days.
But like
30 days of night means that's literally 30 days of nothing but dark.
Okay, so it does get bright. Okay. But like
But
what if they flip off the sun?
But there's 1 month where they have nothing. It's just dark.
So like the aliens could flip off the sun for that time for them.
I don't know.
Maybe like honestly, I feel like each planet has its own sun. I know that's probably not true or scientifically proven, but it could be true. I don't know. It probably isn't because, sun's in the center. But, I mean, what if that'll be cool, though? Like, what if that's why it gets dark there for 30 days? They turn it off. And with like, the northern lights, whenever it gets, like, that time, what if, like, they flip on those pretty, like, the pretty lights? And what if they flip on the pretty lights? That honestly, I think these are kind of cool conspiracies. It's nothing that really gets talked about on the internet, to be honest.
Mm-mm.
But, like, imagine if everything that I just said is true. Like, what if the aliens really are just trying to take the world away from us because we trashed it? What if they made the world and, like, they're just getting their revenge? Like, because, I mean, yeah, technically, everybody's destroying the world. Plastic straws, plastic bottles. Like, we're all destroying the world some way or another, to be honest. Like, we always, like, there's always trash on the ground, like, I think that if we took better care of the world and were like, if none of us fought, if not, it was just peaceful, grateful, and like there's no fighting, no drama, no nothing, but happiness and faith and hope, and everybody was just happy together and they all accepted each other. What if that's what the aliens want? What if that's what they're just trying to teach us, to just take care of each other and be friends with each other and make sure everybody's okay? Like, and when like a family member passes, what if like they go to a different planet? Does that make sense? Like they go to a different planet and they live their life there, and there's like houses there, and maybe it's multiple different planets. Like Saturn is Saturn would probably be hell. And then Mars would probably be heaven. But like, what if there's like small like houses there? And what if like my grandma, great grandma, and grandpa, they live in heaven up there? They have their own house. They have their old house, the Barbie house that grandma loved. What if
It was her Hansel and Gretel house.
yeah. What if like whenever they pass and they go there, they find their loved one that they were married to, and if they're not there yet, then they wait. But whenever they do find their loved one, their lover, or their husband, their wife, what if as soon as they find each other, like a flip switch, like a switch switches on, and like they look at where they were living before they found each other, and it's their old house and their happy house, their dream house. What if that's like, what if that is how it goes? Don't throw that.
They only got that much left.
Okay. But what if that's why? What if whenever we pass, we get we have the switch flipped on, and we get to go see them, and we get to go live with them again? What if like our old house is next to our loved one's house? What if there's just, what if every family had their own world? Like, not like physically, but like every time someone would pass, they'd flip the switch on, and they'd have their dream world, and then they'd stay in that dream world, but they'd flip it off, but they're still there. Do you get that? And like, if someone else passes, not in their family, but like they'd make another world, kind of like Minecraft. And like, what if every time someone in that family passes, they'd flip the switch on and let them go there, and then they'd switch it back off, and then they live happily with each other again? Like, that'd be awesome, because that means grandma, great grandma's up there, Papa's mom's up there, Nana Missy's up there, Uncle David's up there. They'd all be together again. They'd all see each other again. And then like eventually we'd see them again whenever we pass, and they flip the switch, and we'd be with them. What if that's how it happens? What if it's not called heaven and hell? What if it's called, I don't know. But I mean, there's so many possibilities with everything. There's so many conspiracies with everything. But like, it's a pretty cool subject to get on. Science is pretty cool, to be honest. I like science, but I'm just not like good in it at school, because like I have to learn about like how they make formulas and stuff. But I'm better with like this kind of science, because I memorize a lot. But like, yeah, because I remember when I was younger, I used to watch the Discovery Channel, the alien shows. I used to watch a lot of those. But I really do believe that there's aliens, but then there's a higher power than aliens, which is God. God made the aliens made us. I feel like that's how it went. And I feel like God decided to make the earth, but God gave them the choice to help make the earth and also make the other planets. And God let them help build the earth, because like, imagine that, like, you can't just boom, world's done. He needed help somehow. Yeah, he might be big and strong, but I mean, everybody needs help, and I'm sure even God needs help. I understand he is a very non-sinful person, but everybody needs help at some point in life. But what if that's how it happens? And what if, like, the light that you see at the end of, like, whenever you're born and, like, the hospital lights, what if that's not hospital lights? What if that's how, like, whenever you die, what if that's your rebirth? And that's what you see? Like, I have a lot of conspiracies, but this video is probably getting really long. How long is it?
20 minutes and 37 seconds.
Oh my lord. But like, yeah. But like with animals, what if like they can talk to each other? I know it's like a cartoon thing, but not like physically talk to each other. Like, what is this called?
Telepathy.
Yeah. What if they had telepathy and like they talk to each other? What if
Or
like,
how about the noises they make? They actually do understand each other.
what if the noises they make is them just trying to tell us what the fuck to do? Get me food, bitch! Bark, 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 bark! What if it's pretty much how it is? I'm just saying. But like, there's a lot of conspiracies. There really is. Like,
Alright. Well, Savannah, say goodnight to the world.